Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Yinzer Brothers podcast. I am TJ, and I'm here with my brother Tim, and we are the Yinzer Bros. Today is the Steelers-Browns pregame show. The Steelers play the Browns this Sunday at Cleveland at 1 p.m. Tim, in honor of the game, is wearing the Mason Rudolph official face maskless helmet. There are very few people in the NFL that have been assaulted with their own helmet, like Mason Rudolph. So it was pretty rough. And then Tim is also sporting a mighty gift that he got through the holidays. It is a Steelers Nutcracker. Is that a Steelers Nutcracker?
What are you talking about?
Is there a Nutcracker behind you, Tim?
What? Oh, there is.
Now, let me just set this up. Now, Tim has got issues with Nutcrackers. He does. One of his buddies.
I have issues with this exact Nutcracker, this exact brand, this exact look. It's the exact same one.
So Tim has noticed that whenever his buddy taunts him with his Steeler Nutcracker, the Steelers start to tank it.
TJ,
everything in Pittsburgh starts to go south.
He brought the Nutcracker out November 28th.
Oh my!
Saying we're ready for a Steeler playoff run. TJ, that's when the Raven coat thing, hell in a handbasket, went just gone on since then.
It's been bananas.
TJ, you want to take a guess? Because I thought this came from you as a cruel joke, and it didn't. It actually came from the Mush as a supposedly. I think he thought it was a cruel joke. But do you know the date he purchased this?
When did he buy it, Tim?
I was told this was bought Christmas Eve. Do we want to go on
Christmas Eve, you say?
Do we want to do the timeline from Christmas Eve?
I think you should walk through the timeline because so what's happened since you purchased or you've been gifted this Nutcracker?
I have not purchased this. What has happened since Christmas Eve? Let's take a gander. Steelers have their biggest comeback under the Tomlin era ever.
This is true.
They look like they went from sleepwalking to a man beast of a team.
Juggernaut.
Clinching the AFC North title.
That's true. They did.
The Chicago Cubs went on a complete fire sale of their whole entire World Series team. Jonathan Tays mysteriously gets diagnosed with some sickness. He's not playing for the Chicago Blackhawks until the near future.
Oh, my.
I'm reading today, a member of the 85 Bears team just got arrested for, when I say he was in the Super Bowl shuffle, Super Bowl shuffle, arrested for murder.
Murder? Are you kidding me?
No, this is facts. Murder. Not to mention the Cleveland Browns straight go into the COVID crock pot and are having COVID issues left and right.
They had four guys. They got four guys. Another guy went on it today.
TJ, I may have the Luke Skywalker of Nutcrackers.
You may. Oh my goodness, Tim.
TJ, I may have the David to the Goliath of Nutcrackers.
You might. That might be the secret weapon, the thing we've been waiting for.
TJ, I'll know something's up. The jig is up if we somehow beat the Browns and knock them out of the playoffs with helmet face, and somehow the Bears lose and they get removed from the playoffs. TJ, if the somehow Steelers win the Super Bowl, I may sleep with this thing for the rest of my life.
That's a mighty Nutcracker, Tim. That's all I'm going to say.
TJ, I mean, I don't make this up.
No, you don't.
It's like, you know, Mark has the Vader of Nutcrackers. I have the Skywalker of Nutcrackers. I don't know. It's like I have the force is strong in this one. It's strong.
Well, I hope you're right. I think that'd be great.
TJ, I swear to God, today I had it in one area. I came in the room. It was somewhere else. It's doing things on its own.
Well, that's what the force does. The force is strong with that. I get it.
Not only that, I mean, 2 days ago, brand new "Here We Go" song comes out. TJ, something special about this Nutcracker.
Now, have you named the Nutcracker yet? Does the Nutcracker have a name?
TJ, it needs no name. TJ, I'm afraid if I name it, it's gonna wipe out all of its powers.
Yeah, no, don't mess with it. Leave it the way it is. That's good call.
I mean, this thing's special. It's special.
A special nutcracker for a special guy. I think it's great.
I mean, TJ, if we win the Super Bowl, this thing may have to go into the Great Hall down at Heinz Field.
I think you're right. I think it should. Golly.
I mean, this should be locked in the same safe with the football that Franco caught in the Immaculate Reception.
It should. Yes, it should. I think you're onto something, Tim.
I mean, I don't know. I took it out of the package. It was glowing. It was bizarre.
Hey, well, you might be onto something, man. I say let's ride that thing till as long as we can.
I mean, you got two options. This thing's either going to be sleeping with me by second week of February for the foreseeable future, or I'm going to shoot it to the moon at some point. It's one of the two options.
Well, I like what it's doing so far. I think maybe Cleveland will be a good test.
TJ, a Super Bowl arrested for murder. TJ, that's unbelievable. It's unreal.
It is. That's terrible.
I mean, this guy right here, I may come down tonight. It may just be talking to me, telling me, hey, this is the game plan.
Maybe the Nutcracker could script the first few plays for the Steelers offense this week. Maybe it'd have better luck than
dude, if Mason comes out and throws for like 400 yards, dude, TJ, I don't know. I may glue it to my body for the rest of my life. I don't know.
A lot of hair, it'll stay.
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory about that too. I have a theory about this. I want to see if Mason comes out under center. I think Ben hasn't been able to come out under center because I think there's something wrong with his knee.
TJ, I think they're going to run the ball 19,000 times just to see to prove, not to prove a point, but try to get the running game going before the playoff.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Who knows? TJ, what if Mason comes out and throws for like 400 yards?
Hey, that would be great.
You see, he said he gave thumbs up.
He did. I think you're right. I think it's great. Yeah. You know? So we know right now. I mean, obviously, everybody's probably heard the Steelers are kind of treating the game like a bye. They're resting the following players: Big Ben's getting a rest, Pouncey's getting a rest, Hayward's getting a rest, and they're also resting T.J. Watt. They announced that today.
You have to. You got to.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think you're right. You got to rest them. Give them a chance to just kind of breathe, which is good. And I'm sure they'll be rotating guys out, but you know, it'll be good. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with Connor. How much work they'll give Connor.
TJ, I wouldn't be surprised later on in the week you hear him, he's not playing either. He doesn't dress. I mean, they got enough of running backs to kind of. All three of those running backs are healthy. So, I mean, you got Samuels, you got Benny Snow, and I would make this a McFarland game, see what he can do. Maybe he gives you a little different look or juice. You know, I'd lay off Connor as much as possible. The one that I'm curious about is Boz practiced all week until today. He did not practice, and I don't think he's playing. That gets me nervous.
I think you rest him again.
That gets me nervous, though.
I think you rest him again. There's no reason for him to come out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason. And then you talked a little bit about, obviously the COVID monster hit the Browns.
Can you imagine what those Cleveland people are going through right now? TJ, they are like, if they somehow miss the playoffs, you have to say that whole entire area is just cursed.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you were a Cleveland fan right now and this is all happening, I would be under a rock right now being on, we're going to lose I would be under a rock. I'd be so nervous right now if I'm a Cleveland fan. I saw that their star cornerback.
Yeah.
He's actually on he's
Ward. He's
out.
Done. Yeah.
He's done. So it tells me he's probably done for the first playoff game too.
Yeah. He's done for 10 days at least. Yeah.
And then God knows, dude, they haven't practiced in the facility all week.
I know.
TJ, you're going to come out and play even though you're playing backups, which, I mean, Steelers, if Mason plays remotely half decent, it isn't like you're playing against super bums. You got other guys coming, you know what I mean? I would be very nervous if I was Cleveland. very nervous. Especially, saw something today that the offensive coordinator for Cleveland said this was Baker best practice of the year. When you start saying that about Baker Mayfield, you know he's ready to crap the bed.
You're right. You're right. Hey, did
is ready to crap the bed.
Did you hear too what Ben was talking about? Somebody asked Ben about Mason Rudolph, and they said, is this a game, with all the stuff that happened with Garrett before, is this a game that he just pretends like it doesn't happen, or do you use this as motivation? He goes, I've already talked to Mason. He goes, this is motivation for him.
Ben didn't talk to Mason. Ben's full of crap. Ben doesn't care about Mason. You out of your gore. I saw the greatest thing because they gave him the Rudy Award for the best media person or whatever.
Who, Mason?
Ben.
Oh, Ben. I was say, what is Mason?
No, they give it Ben this year, and I guess right after they gave him the award, he was 45 minutes late to the media session. I'm like, dude, Ben, everybody's saying he's talking to me. He ain't talking to Mason. Dude, stop it. Ben doesn't.
I heard he only talks to Dobbs. I heard that's the only one he talks to.
I could see he's not talking to Mason. He's probably like,
that's so funny.
You big fat face, go out there and do some stuff.
Oh, it should be interesting. I don't know. So we know that simply put, the Browns win and they're in. If they lose, they need help, man. They need help to get something going on.
If they lose, they're not getting in. They're done.
They're done.
And this guy, TJ, I'm gonna be an inch away from my TV if that happens, and I'm gonna try to bottle up as many tears, and I'm just gonna drink them. I'm gonna drink them right before the playoff game. Say, this is the Cleveland tears. Give me power. I'm gonna feed them to the Nutcracker. We're just gonna have a power party. It's gonna be great.
This could be interesting. So we know again that the Steelers are gonna be resting guys. What are your initial thoughts about the game?
At first, I was like, it is what it is. They're going to get creamed. But the more things are happening, and I'm saying, Browns haven't. They were waiting to hear from the NFL to open up the facilities. They didn't open it up. Ward's on the COVID list. They have no linebackers. When I say they have no linebackers, TJ, I would probably get 6 plays because they have no linebackers. They don't. Their linebackers suck before this. Now they have their best one just won the COVID list too. They have no middle linebackers, none.
Yeah.
The more you keep hearing things, the more you back your mind going, dude, I saw who beat them. Was it Mason that beat them last, or was it Duck? It was Duck, wasn't it?
Well, Mason didn't finish the game.
No, because the first game we lost in Cleveland, but the second game in Pittsburgh, when Cleveland needed the game,
yeah.
It was like a big. It was Duck. I thought that beat him.
I think it was Duck. Yeah.
TJ, we beat this team with Duck last year, quarterback. I mean, if Mason is just even remotely half decent, I don't know, man. The background, there's too much weird crap going on right now to be like, Put it this way, I don't think this is what Vegas is. Vegas says it's a 10-point game. I don't think it's a 10-point game. I think it's going to be a very tight game, and the Cleveland fans are going to be. They're either going to have serious heartbreak to what happens if the hangman kicker kicks a 42-yard field goal and just he breaks his leg as he kicks it and it goes to the goalpost and he just.
Would that be great?
No, I truthfully, I think the ultimate for me would be, because everybody's been saying it all year to the Cleveland teams. It comes down to Cody Parkey, who's their kicker, and he just doinks another. Because everybody's been telling him, even the Bear fans out here are like, get rid of that dude. He's gonna break. That's the guy that double doink. He's gonna rip your heart out and just stomp on it. I would just, if that happened, to knock them out of the playoffs. Bottle those tears up and just into me. I don't know.
That would be funny.
TJ, it's all going to come down. You'll probably know within the first 2 series if Mason's out there and he's connecting, and you're kind of going, wait a second, he's actually connecting on passes and he's throwing the ball downfield and they're catching the ball. I'm going to be like, holy crap. We may win this game if it.
Well, let's be real. Mason can throw. He's not bad. I mean, he was on a pretty decent trajectory before he got knocked out in that in the Ravens game. He's not a bad quarterback.
You figure he's going to get a full week of. He's getting all the snaps.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
dude. the more the week goes on, the more I keep talking myself and the Steelers somehow winning this game.
Hey, they've done it before. I was at the Buffalo game when they won with the unknown running back Willie Parker.
TJ,
We rested everybody.
TJ, it just Cleveland. They've never won a big game. I mean, they've never won one. What do you want me to think? They have never won a big game.
I'm with you. I hear you.
Like I said, people are fans up there. They got to be just having some sleepless nights right now. Wow.
I think it's the right move for us to rest a bunch of guys. We really didn't get a true bye.
No.
I was listening this week. They were talking about the mental part of the game where even when they didn't play physically, but they kept waiting. Do we play this week? Do we play this day? Do we play this day? How it all takes a toll on you. I like the idea of resting the guys because let's be real. I mean, I would rather sit in that third position than in that second position because right now that second position's looking.
I don't know, dude. I've seen so many different things. That third position being Baltimore in the first round. I think it all just depends on. I think a lot of it depends on that Miami game in Buffalo. And I just saw Fitzpatrick's going on the COVID list, so they got to go with Tua. I don't know. I've seen so many weird different things of people winning and losing. I don't know who. I've seen us play anybody from Miami to Baltimore to Cleveland again. I don't know.
So it's interesting. I wonder, what do you think Buffalo's going to do? You think they're going to arrest a bunch of guys?
Yeah.
Oh, then there you go. Then Miami's got a decent shot. Then they got a great defense. My goodness, and Tua's not bad. He's young.
Yeah,
He's not
but
bad.
Buffalo's good, man. I don't even know if that's going to even matter if they. I mean, I think you're going to rest Allen, but I don't know because I don't know if because aren't we have the same record as Buffalo?
Mm-hmm.
But since they beat us,
but obviously they get the tiebreaker. Yeah,
because truthfully, if they lose and we win, we go up to 2 seed.
We do. Yeah, we do.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, we do.
The more projections the more projections I saw Baltimore at the 6 seed way more than I saw them at the 7 seed.
So then, if they're at the 6 seed, then we're looking at them.
Correct, Armando, and that's the one team I don't even want to smell, go near.
So, are they at the 6th seed if Cleveland wins?
I believe so.
Then who's the 7th? Because Miami would be out.
I believe Cleveland would be the 7th seed.
Wait, if Cleveland wins, they have a better record than the Ravens, don't they? Or are they tied?
I think they're tied, and the Ravens have the tiebreaker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well,
they would go to the 7th seed. I think you would look at. See, that's when Indy comes into play too. I've seen Baltimore go all the way up to the stinking 5 seed in some projections because I mean you got. So the Dolphins lose, I would figure that would put the Colts back into play, maybe being the 7.
Colts need a lot of help. They got to win, and I think 3 or 4 things have to happen for the Colts to get in. They need a lot of help.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll see where everything goes. I think it was a good move for the Steelers to rest everybody. We know Mason's at the helm. So let's talk about the offense. If you're a Steeler fan, if you're the Steelers, what are you trying to accomplish from an offensive perspective? I like your idea, like maybe trying to see if we could run the ball. Maybe that might be interesting.
I would try to do that. I mean, I saw multiple teams gash Cleveland running the ball. Baltimore did it. I think the Jets did it. So I mean, do that. I just want to get out of. I want to get out of the ballpark healthy. You know, I mean, that's kind of my focus is just get your guys healthy, get them out. You know, to me, that's kind of where I'm looking at.
Yeah, this also gives us, gives our wide receivers some more opportunities to get their hands in the ball, and it's also, hey, I'm anxious to kind of see too. I think it wouldn't surprise me. Mason's got a good arm. Have him stretch the field a little bit too, so I think that would be good. Give you a chance to see a few other people too, from maybe a running back perspective. Man, our line's got. I know we're going to be resting guys, but man, our line. I don't know what's happened with Villanueva. He's not having a good year at all.
I mean, it's going to be interesting because I think he'll be up against Garrett pretty much the whole entire game though too. So you'll. Garrett hasn't been that great since he been on the COVID. He got hit with the COVID. Man, he hasn't been the same player coming back.
Yeah. I hope he's not too inspired to.
I hope he. I hope he hits Mason again with his helmet, and I hope we play Cleveland in the first round and he's not playing. That's what I would. If I was Mason, I'd be like,
show him the face like Rocky Balboa.
I would. I would take my face mask off and show my big fat face. Like,
I think it's a good thing. So the offense will be what it will be. But I'm kind of curious. I want to see what Mason can do. I'm looking forward to it. I want to see how.
I want to see what McFarland would be getting the ball 15 times.
Yeah,
I just see it. I just kind of want to see that I think in the long run he's gonna have a dynamic on the offense, the speed dynamic. He could be not. He's the only running back that you theoretically could take one to the house.
Oh yeah,
his speed. Maybe that's something you put on tape and it comes to in a play in the playoff game if he dresses. I don't.
I think it's a big game for Benny Snell too. He's got to start to. He's not had the best year.
Again, I know he looked crappy last game, but if you look at the stats and if he gets over 11 attempts, it's a different running back. If he's getting 3-4 attempts, I mean, just it's mind-boggling. Look up the stats. When he gets the ball more than 11 times, his yards per carry, it doesn't make any sense. Like I would see that. I would think it'd be like around like 15, 16 times, but it's like that 11 mark, and he just goes from like 3 to like 6 yards of carry. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, I hope he looks better. Let's talk about the defense real quick. I mean, obviously TJ Watt's not playing. My guess is they'll probably be playing a lot of the secondary guys, at least to start, and then we'll rotate guys out. We're already thin at linebacker. I know that there was a chance that Spillane, he's eligible to come back this week, but I haven't heard anything about him coming back. Have you heard anything about Spillane?
No, man, but this helmet is outrageously tight on me.
It's amazing that you used to wear that in high school with pads in there, Tim.
I mean, the air's taken out of here. The pads are out of this thing. This thing is unbelievable. It seems like every time I put it on, it just gets tighter and tighter, man.
So is there anybody on the defensive side of the ball that you're looking forward to getting a look at? How about that Marsh guy?
Yeah, let's see what that guy has. Let's see what that bum has to do. I know Daney's been practicing. I want to see 92.
Yeah, he's back. I think he had a shoulder issue. He looks like he's back. Did you see Hilton was the defensive player of the week?
Yeah, dude, Mike Hilton. I saw the best thing about him was like they showed him covering like a little receiver, and he was like this big on the screen. He's like a little miniature guy. I was like, that's Mike Hilton in the nutshell right there.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see maybe some other guys at defensive line, the rotation wise, see they do stuff. But 92, I'm kind of curious to see what he's going to be like. Every time I've seen him, like when he was playing in the preseason, he like would do something splashy. We kind of just see what he can do. He said Marsh. I mean, other than that, at some point you can't play Hayden the whole game, right?
No, I think I mean, let's be real. He's old. Let him get a breath.
Yeah. So I figure that either Sutton and you probably get truthfully, if you can get Sutton in and you can get even Justin Lane in.
Yeah.
I wouldn't push my druthers with Nelson either.
No.
Yeah, I mean, and then Mika gets mean. I don't want you lose Mika though too. That's just ginormous. So I wouldn't want to see him too much either.
No, I think you see Edmonds and you see Davis probably.
Edmonds hasn't practiced all week.
That's true. He's hurt actually.
So I mean, they're gonna waste the body on that sorry piece of crap because he's hurt. I'd send him out there hurt and be like, just get out there, just act like a stick man like you normally do.
Yeah, it probably won't change that. So I don't think we'll have to see. I mean, I'm kind of interested to see what the Cleveland will do too, because Baker Mayfield last week was a turnover machine.
Okay. I mean, dude, when you hear a coach, an offensive coordinator come up like Baker he had the best practice of the year. That just tells you his practice was either really, really, really crappy. He right now he is in a mental headspace of whoa. And TJ, or he did practice best practice year. That just means he shot all of his bullets by Wednesday. That means come Sunday, he's gonna be throwing. He's he's going to be a turnover machine.
I hope.
He's going to be throwing to guys we didn't even know we had on our team. And be like, what just happened?
I am so tired of seeing those Baker Mayfield commercials.
Oh my gosh. We'll have a mysterious white guy in the secondary that we didn't even know was on our team. They played special teams. Like, how did that dude get? He's white and he's in the secondary. He's picked up Baker Mayfield twice.
That would be absolutely incredible.
It would be. I could just see it happening. Like, dude, Baker's throwing to guys on the sidelines or coaches are catching the ball. I'm going, well, Joey Porter's catching the ball. I don't know what's going on.
That would be awesome. And then let's peek into special teams. We talked about Boswell not being back yet, so we got that 12-year-old who's going to be kicking for us this week.
I heard something weird with that though. Is since they brought him up multiple times from the practice squad. There's only certain amount of times you can do that and make them activated without having to force them to be activated the rest of the year. Something very weird. So I don't know if they activate him, they can actually put him back on the practice squad. Which I don't give a damn if they do or not. I mean, I really put that guy there. Have him kick a little bit. Because if we got to see that dude in the playoffs.
So would they have to bring in another kicker? Because you can't go all the way with that dude.
I just heard, I read something, I heard something very weird. So I'm like, if you can bring him up 2 times and you can't put him back on the practice squad after that. Like they have to be on your active roster, something very weird. I don't know, but you ain't going to use roster space for him. You can't.
No, you're not.
So I don't know, man. And
you better start stretching your hammy out, Tim. They might need you.
I wasn't a kick. I can't kick. I can punt. I can bury a ball, but I don't know, dude. I don't know how those guys field kick. That to me, that's like wizardry. I have no idea how they do
that. In 3 steps, man.
I could snap it. I could hold. There's my 4 plays. I know I could hold a football. I did that. I know I could do it. I held. I did
dude,
help.
What
I held.
What will you do? That ball. Well, first you got to get down on one knee. That's tough. I mean, and then 2, that ball's going to be screaming. It's the NFL, Tim. What happens if you can't secure that ball? You're a dead man.
You should yell fire, 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 fire. You're supposed to yell fire, fire, fire.
Or you yell fire as that ball goes right between your hands, hits you in the lips.
I go fire,
fire.
I would just throw it back to the kicker. I watch the guy get the breakable man get broken. Nah, man.
You're gonna throw it back to that 12-year-old and let him watch him die.
Nah, man. I catch him. I put those gloves on, and I'd be like, hold it, be good. I mean, it's not the getting down part; it's the getting up part off the knee. That's the part that's. I'm gonna have to have like after he kicks, the kicker's gonna have to help me up. The guy that snaps the ball is gonna have to help me up. They're gonna have to help me up. Once I get up, I'll be able to limp off.
So now, well, you got to think about this now. So now, if you're holding, you're on the right side, right? Mm-hmm. So that means what knee is down? What's your good knee?
My good knee is my left knee.
So can that be down or up? Which is so if that's your good knee,
I got to remember how this works. It's been so long. I would think that I would have to be down on my. I think I have to be down on my right knee, right? Because you don't want the ball snapping, coming hitting you back right in the. Down on the right knee. I don't know.
So then, but then you have to make sure you match it with your good shoulder because you only got one good shoulder.
Dude, the whole right side of my body. If you could just chop that off, I'd be fine.
So I think we're in trouble because if you're holding on that side, it's you receive it with your right side.
But it's not affecting the shoulders. I should be good. Grabbing,
you got to sweep down and
the back problem, dude. Oh, I don't even want to get it. I might have to get into that story with the snow.
What happens?
I don't know if I told you that story about the snow. Did I?
What did you do?
Oh, so last year, my snowblower crapped out.
I remember you fixed it. You were very proud of yourself.
I tried to fix it, and that lasted not even 2 turns up and down my driveway, and it broke again last year. So I said, I had to do it by hand. I said, forget this. I'm buying a new snowblower. I went out, spent all this money on a snowblower. Came, turned it on. Thing was just humming. I mean, this is all last year. I was like, great. I was like, I can't wait. Dude, I was so anxious waiting for the next snow. It didn't snow again the rest of the year. So I have a brand new snowblower sitting in my driveway. Or sitting in my garage. So 2 days ago, starts snowing. We're getting like 5 inches of snow. I'm like, this is it. This is my time. Me and that snowblower will become as one. It's going to be spectacular. So it stops snowing about, I'd say about 7:30-ish at night. I'm like, I'm all bundled up. I'm ready to go. I go out. I mean, I have two options. I can pull it or I can do the electric starter. I can plug it in. It starts. Yeah. TJ. I go to pull the zipper, pull the rope. Nothing.
Pull the zipper. That's your problem right there, Jim.
I pull the rope. Nothing. So I'm like, that goes on for 10 minutes. I look at all the I'm even looking on YouTube thinking I'm doing something stupid start. And I'm like, I have this thing perfect. This is where it needs to be. So then I get in, I'm going to start electronically. I plug it in, go to press the button. Nothing. So, in my infamous wisdom, I'm going, maybe, because I left the gas in there from last year. I'm like, maybe just bad gas. TJ, I grabbed the turkey baster. TJ, this thing was... TJ, this thing was...
You're not using that turkey baster again, are you, Tim?
No. TJ, this thing was... When I say it was full of gas, I mean, it was 100% to the rim full of gas.
So you emptied it with a turkey baster?
Yeah, dude, it took me like 45 minutes to empty with a turkey baster. Finally get it. I put new gas in it. I'm like, here we go. This had to have been the problem. Go to push it. Nothing. Something. By this time, I'm probably flooding the engine. I'm like, I'm just going to start doing the driveway by hand. I start doing it. I stop like every 5 minutes and I go to try to start it again to see if it's nothing. I'm thinking maybe it's cold. Nothing. So TJ, I get to the end of my driveway. This is about 2 hours later. I mean, TJ, the snow was heavy and wet. And I probably got about, I don't know, one patch left. My neighbor's outside that knows pretty mechanical. I'm like, hey, I go grab him. Hey, you know anything about, yeah. He's like, give me 10 minutes. I'll be over. So I'm waiting for, but some TJ, it's cool. I'm sweating, just drenched in sweat everywhere.
So the snow's heavy and wet and you're heavy and wet.
I was miserable. TJ, neighbor comes over. He gets it started in less than 30 seconds.
What did he do?
I don't know. He was playing with somebody. Just kicks on. I go, oh my God. So by that time, I was like, I'm using this snowblower. If hell or whatever. So I go get that little patch left. TJ, I do the sidewalks. I was doing some of the yard. I'm not making this up. New neighbor moved in next door. I went over and I did his driveway for him. I said, buddy, because he was out there shoveling by hand or whatever. So I was like, I'll help you. So I'm feeling great, TJ. I put the snowblower in and I had to kind of do to get to our mailbox. Clear a little space. So I grab the shovel, TJ. I got to do that. Second scoop, TJ. My back goes rip. I knew right then and there, I'll go, I am going to be in some serious crap. I come inside and in all this time too, when the snowblower wasn't starting, I'm texting my wife saying, hey, can you look online to see if anybody can come out here and fix this thing? And she goes, well, nobody's going to come out here. I go, just bleep and look and get me a number. And every once in a while, she's poking her head outside going, well, did you try this? Well, did you try this? I'm like, what do you think? So basically, I come inside and I'm drenched in sweat. I probably caught ammonia. I probably have it. I don't even know it right now. TJ. And it wasn't normally, it takes you a couple hours for the rigor mortis to kick in. Yeah. Nah, dude. TJ, it was instant. When I walked into the house and the heat, I took off my clothes and the heat hit my skin. I couldn't eat. My back hurt so bad I couldn't even breathe.
Oh my goodness.
I went to lay down. It was one of those things where I almost went down and I slept in the recliner because my back was that bad.
That's a classic dad. That's a classic Tom.
And in my dumb brain, the next day I'm like, you know what? My back's killing me. I'm like, you know what will loosen it up? me going down on the treadmill and running for a little bit. That lasted like a half a minute. I was like, I can't do this.
So how's it feeling now?
Yesterday I had I had my wife I bought one of those massage guns, and she was just, that thing like shakes the house. And I was like, dude, put it on power. I said, put it on. It goes up to like 5. And when it's on 5, TJ, it feels like it's ripping your skin to shreds. I was like, put the thing on 5. And just, she was running across my spine. I think half the time I was getting paralyzed from the waist down. I iced it. TJ, I was popping Advil like they were Pez. I was like, ha, ha, ha.
So it feels better today?
Today, it has to be that it's so numbed up from everything. I mean, TJ, I was icing it all day. I couldn't even pick up my daughter to pick her out of the crib to put her in my wife's lap when she goes to bed. It was, I felt it was awful, dude. It was awful. I felt like the least man I've ever felt in my life. TJ, I'm not lying. It wasn't even 40 seconds, and the thing just goes. I was like,
that's good to have mechanical neighbors. That's good.
yeah.
Well, let's open up the Yinzer mailbag. For those of you who don't know what the Yinzer mailbag is, that's when you, the fans, get to ask us anything about the Steelers or anything you want to ask about the podcast. You can get your questions in by emailing us at yinzerbros@gmail.com. We do have a few things. Your buddy Mark emails, as he usually does. He's a good emailer for us. He asked this: was last week's win a statement by the Steelers heading into the playoffs? What do you think about the second half performance against the Colts?
What do you think? I think it was a great performance from the Colts. We did an incredible job. I had the power and everything was great.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was good, dude. They actually looked like they could have a, normal offense. Or throwing the ball downfield and it was opening up everything. I mean, looked like a different team.
It did. Did you notice too? I mean, once the offense started coming alive, the defense, that second half was just lights out.
They were good. They were very good, man. They were very good.
That was impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, first half, it seemed like they couldn't do anything. And then second half, man, they just shut the door.
Yep.
I like how they kind of feed off each other, which is good. So I do think it was a statement thing. I think it was saying, hey, everybody buried the Steelers. They're still the same team that went 11-0.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another question. Do you think the other teams in the league are going to underestimate the Steelers in the playoffs?
Yes.
I do too.
I do. I think the Steelers are kind of sitting where they were sitting earlier in the year right now, where nobody was giving them any type of anything until they actually won, 6 games, and everybody's like, oh, Steelers are kind of decent. I think they're sitting there in the weeds, being quiet like snakes, and I like it.
Yeah.
TJ, I don't think I'd be stunned. I think they would only be favorites against 2 teams in the playoffs out of the AFC.
Miami and who else?
Cleveland.
You're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right. How about this? This is an interesting question. Does TJ Watt have a chance at Defensive Player of the Year?
He should. I mean, his stats are unreal.
They are. I think he should get it.
Yeah,
I mean, the only one he's going up against whatchamacallit, LA.
Aaron Donald.
Yeah, Aaron Donald.
No, I mean, to me, I think it's going to be one of those things because Aaron Donald's won it X many years in a row. I think it's 2 years in a row. I mean, you got it. His numbers are pretty. TJ Watt's numbers are pretty astronomical, man. I mean, they're just. I love what Tomlin said. He's basically an alien,
Yeah.
So
He's a freak of nature. Golly, he may. I mean, he's on pace. He could be the best Watt brother. That's saying something.
He just. I mean, yeah, because the thing. I mean, the people don't realize is he's great against the run, and he can cover. I mean, it's not like he's not like JJ where he's just rushing the quarterback and he's stuffing the run. He has to cover people, and he does it.
He does,
well, which is incredible, man. So yeah, he's something special, man.
Yeah, he is. He was a good draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another one. Says when's Spillane coming back? We talked about that a little bit. Who knows?
I would think he'd be back their first playoff game, man. There's no need to play him remotely, even closely remotely now.
Do you ever think you'd be wishing to get Spillane back?
No. truthfully, if he comes back for the first playoff game, I mean, I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's a plug and play. I mean, I still think Williamson's going to play. I mean, he's going to start. And TJ, what I said about his stats, that game was on TV again last night, and I specifically watched him. TJ, he was making tackles 7, 8 yards. Like I thought. I was like, yeah. I mean, I was like, dude, come on. I mean, but even like I said, even if Spillane comes back, I don't think you can't just. He's been out for what, 4 or 5 weeks?
Yeah.
You can't just.
And it's been a knee too, so you don't know where's wins at or anything like that.
You can't just play him. I mean, you stick with Williamson, and then you use that rotation. I mean, you have the rotation to kind of because I saw. I think what I saw was Williamson and Vince. I thought they played every snap.
They did,
which is crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and you get him back, and I think you're going to be able to get from what I saw from 27. I don't know if he's playing this week or not, but you could throw him in the passing situations now because I think I can trust him. I mean, he can cover guys. He seems like he played some half decent ball. So you may have a better rotation than you kind of think. You have every aspect of Devin Bush somehow, some way. You got the run stoppers and Vince and him, and then you got the cover guys in 27. And then I think you have the smarts in Spillane, so I think you get all those pieces.
I'll tell you what, and it's something that nobody will be able to take away from Spillane.
That's your only explanation for Spillane. He has to be a genius because TJ, his athletic ability stinks. He just runs and just hits people in his face. So he has to be brilliant.
I'll tell you what, though, you can never take away that hit on Henry was one of the best hits I've seen in a long time, man. Again, especially in the new NFL.
Again, TJ, if that's me, I lose all bodily functions. They are picking my skin off the field. That's what it's doing. Like I think all my skin just comes off my bones and my body and just sits there on the goal line where it was. It's insane, dude. You're crazy.
Yeah, Mark has a follow-up question. He says, with the Steelers having as thin as they are, any chance of them bringing Harrison out of retirement again? He says the way he hit that guy in the commercial, he's still scary. Again, that's a commercial. It's Hollywood, but dude, I don't know, man.
I saw a picture of him 2 days ago from the weight room. Dude, he looks more jacked now than he did when he played. I think that dude could take a bullet. I do. I really do. I think he could take a bullet. Like, I think he would brush off like the first 2 bullets and somebody be like, holy crap, this dude just took 2 bullets and he laughed at me.
What would you do? Seriously, what would you do if you got him upset and it's just you and him like in an alley? What would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah. What would you do?
I mean, the only thing running through my head right now is like I have to fake like a heart attack or something.
Do you think that would keep him off you? I don't know if that'd keep him off you.
No, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Or you know what I would do? I kind of flip the script on him mentally. I'd act like I'm really crazy. Like, something weird. Or I just run myself against like one of like a brick wall, like my head first. Just like I'm crazy. It freaks him out. He's like, oh, you're pretty nuts. I'm going to leave you alone. I'm just sitting there punching myself in the face.
Yeah, he's a scary man. I don't know. Here's a good question. Who is the most underrated player for the Steelers?
Nelson.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said it all year. I think it's a toss between him and Hilton. Hilton's ridiculous.
I was shocked that Hilton got AFC player, defense player of the week.
I mean,
we know he plays at that caliber, but people are starting to notice it, which is interesting to me.
He's good, man. He's good. It's one of those two. You saw the drop off when Nelson wasn't playing that one game, and then you saw the drop off in the run defense when Hilton wasn't playing when he didn't play the couple games. So I think those two are my unsung heroes of the whole entire team.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. You see, it's a different team, man, when those two aren't in there. That's for sure. Yeah, I think it's good. It says, Tim, wouldn't it be interesting if the Browns had to forfeit because of the COVID? costing them a playoff berth. Could you see that ever being a scenario, Tim? I mean, they're not going to forfeit, but Tim, you never know. Your new buddy.
Well, my thing is this,
maybe.
I mean, they can't. There's no humanly possible way they can kind of bump this game back, can they?
No,
I mean, you can't. Can
There's
you?
no space.
Because I mean, my thing is like you would put, even you bumped it to Monday or Tuesday, you would put the Steelers at such a disadvantage because.
Hey, they've done that before.
But I get it, but you're talking about going to the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like you would have whatever team would have that full. I don't think you could do that going to the playoffs.
No, there's no room for error now. Now you go with what you got. That's all we got in the Yinzer mailbag today. Again, if you got any questions or any comments or ideas, endorsements, anything, we'll take it all. Email us at yinzerbros@gmail.com and we'll get you on the show. Tim, any game predictions? What do you think is going to happen this game? The Steelers win? Do they lose? Got any scores in your head bouncing around?
I've only picked the Steelers one time to lose all year. No matter how much crap talk I talked, there's only been one time I picked them to lose, and I think that was against. Who was it against? I think it's either Tennessee or Baltimore, one of the two. TJ, I mean, they're resting everybody. They should lose this game. I don't think it's going to be by the 10 points that Vegas is saying. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to have like the people of Cleveland are going to be crapping bricks all game. It's going to feel like what I watch almost every Steeler game. Man, I think Cleveland's going to win. I think it's going to be a 7-point game, maybe even less. But that's what my mind's. I mean, that's what my mind is going back and forth because I could just. There's too much stuff going on with this. With everything is just. It's freakishly weird. It just to me, I'm kind of like going. Too much stuff's going on. Maybe Cleveland is just cursed. You know, hell with it. Steelers are going to win this game by a touchdown.
Cool. I'm with you. I think they win 24-17. I think Baker turns the ball over 3 times. 2 picks and a fumble. They put they 3 turnovers, and I think Mason throws for more than 250 yards.
If the Steelers can keep the Browns under 75 yards rushing, they will win this game. Bottom line. I see what you're seeing. I think Baker, TJ, I know they had no receivers out last game, or they had all their receivers out. If they had all the receivers in, it wouldn't have mattered. Baker fumbled the ball. He was a turnover machine.
He was.
That had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with the COVID stuff.
No.
And when he tore up Baltimore, TJ, they were like on their 4th string corners, man. It
was bad. So here's my question. They got no quarterbacks. They got a really good couple running backs. He threw the ball 52 times.
They got down so early in that game. But TJ, they got down so early in that game, man.
But come on, man. 52 times, all your starting wide receivers are out, and you got Chubbs and Hunt back there. Why do you throw the ball 52 times? It's not like they got blown out. 52 times.
I don't know, man.
I mean, does that make any sense to you at all? I think that you should examine their heads. I don't understand that.
I can't remember.
It's not like they were down by 4 touchdowns.
I know they got down early by what I thought it was like 17 to something, or 3 or something like that. It was weird. I don't know. You're right. They probably should have continued to run the ball, but I don't know. They got probably in panic mode, man. Dude, how many times have you seen the Steelers do that?
Yeah.
When they just, it's happened every year. It happens all year. It's what's happened all year. They kind of said, hey.
We don't have Chubbs or we don't have Hunt though either. We don't have those guys back there.
That's true.
We got Benny Snell and Samuels. That's who we got back there.
What if they run for like 300 yards? That'd be
great.
What if not only do they beat Cleveland, but they beat them in their own game? They run for like 300 yards.
That'd be great. I think that'd be fantastic.
TJ, can you picture like the 8K on those sad Cleveland fans?
That AK is pretty intense, man. Holy crap.
Could you picture that big fat looking doggy guy with the beer with the 8K looking super sad?
That's so great.
I mean,
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. So we take care of business, and we kind of see what the playoff picture will look like after that. Now, for those of you that don't know, we're actually taping this on New Year's Eve. 2 hours to the ball drops for me, 3 hours for you. You'll never make it, I can tell. I'm not gonna make it. 2 hours.
No.
So Tim, any New Year's resolutions?
Any New Year's resolution for me?
Yeah. Do you have anything that you're focused on in 2021?
I was trying not to die. I mean, I don't know. I've been running. I've been working out. I feel like I got some pretty good wind to me right now. I don't know. I don't know. Dude, TJ, until I get the COVID vaccine, I feel like I'm running from the COVID. That's I just feel like I'm running a race and I have the COVID right behind me. It's what I do every day.
So what have they talked to you about when you're going to have an opportunity to get the vaccine?
No, TJ. I mean, as far as my luck. I mean, when I read something in West Virginia today, instead of giving them the COVID vaccine, they were giving people the antibodies by accident. It's true. I think it happened in West Virginia. Can you imagine that? That would be my luck. I'd get the one batch at Walgreens where they're like, "Hey, you screwed up," and they're just shooting the antibodies in me. Next thing you know, I'm sitting in my room shivering.
Tim, only you. And the Nutcracker would be in the background just shaking his head.
He would be like, I mean, I don't know. My New Year's resolution is to, I just want things to go back to normal. I want to be able to take my daughter to the swimming pool. I want to be able to go to the zoo, stuff like that.
What will we look like when it's time to go back to the swimming pool again? I've not gotten on a scale in about a month and a half.
I weighed myself today. Reluctantly, I went in there, I weighed myself today.
How was she looking?
Wasn't bad.
225?
No.
Slightly higher or slightly lower?
It's a little bit. I was like 229, which I was okay. That ain't bad. That ain't bad.
229 pounds or grams?
229 pounds. I felt good about myself. I looked in the mirror and I go, that scale can't be right. I did. I said, I look at myself, I go, this can't be what a 229-pound male looks like. Because it made me want to throw up. My body is just proportioned weird. I'm silly built. It is what it is.
That's true.
Like
all Harris's are.
TJ, when I looked at my head, like when I was shaved, I found like my face looks thin, but my head looked ginormous. I felt like an alien. Then I looked in the mirror today. I was like, my arms are tight. They're looking good. They're cut up. My legs look like of a 13-year-old girl. If I can just control from like the neck to the waist, I'd be good.
How's that looking, Tim?
Oh, it looks like I look like I got a fat suit on. I'm only 229 pounds. I'm surprised the movies aren't calling me to take the thing of my body for people who wear the fat suits in the movies. I'm built like a middle-aged woman.
Well, it is what it is. Thank you, Tom Harris.
I've tried everything. I've tried everything. I'm running 3-4 miles. It doesn't work. I don't know. I try to even starve myself some days. It still don't work. I gain weight. I don't know how it's possible.
Well, there's got to be a pill or something they're coming out with, right?
TJ, I've tried everything. I'm not lying. It's a true story. You know the Frank Thomas commercial come on, the Nugenics?
Yeah. Did you try that? Does that work for you?
TJ, I'm not lying. I tried to text it from my phone. I tried to go the 60606 text to get a free bottle of Nugenics because I know my T is has to be zero negative right now.
Like a Girl Scout. You have the testosterone.
Yeah. I'm seeing Frank Thomas pushing weights. I'm like, he had low T, him and somebody else. That's a scam. I tried to text it. It said it's not. You can't do it. It's like a free bottle. I was like, who knows? Next thing you know, I could take that. I could be in Lance Armstrong. Like I could just be cut up and just.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't tell you. I got a mighty gift for Christmas. I got a DNA kit I could send away to figure out who we are.
I was gonna buy you one of those for Christmas because Melissa kept forging me to buy it for myself. I don't really care, and I don't really know what I don't care. I don't care. So, but now I know what's gonna happen by you getting it and doing it. It's gonna have to force me to do it because I really want to see if we're actually brothers. I really do. I still think that I was brought to the doorstep by the chupacabras and just left in a basket.
Oh, Tim, you would be so lucky.
I'm just telling you, I think that's what happened. I have flashbacks. I have like real early flashbacks.
Being in the wilderness.
Me being born in a cave.
Well, it could happen, Tim. I don't know.
It's the only thing I can explain this middle-aged woman body that it just came from the chupacabras.
It's very chupacabra like it is. Did you get our Christmas gifts yet?
TJ, I told you from our last podcast that stuff's not coming. Guess what? Still not here.
That's nuts. That is absolutely bananas.
It's
almost 2 weeks.
I mean,
I paid for expedited shipping. It's almost 2 weeks.
TJ,
The postal service.
Someone somewhere is having a good Christmas.
I got you a couple mighty gifts.
It may show up next week. If not, dude,
the guys are probably wearing the stuff that I got you. They're probably enjoying all the fruit of it. They probably love it.
Probably. It doesn't matter. If this guy turns out the way I think he's going to turn out, maybe the only gift I need.
It's a mighty gift.
So
that's all I got. Got anything you want to add to the podcast, Tim?
Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Me?
Yeah, you. I mean, who else am I going to be talking to?
Just you and the Nutcracker. I'm going to do something bananas. I do this every year. I'm going to take the first part of the year. I'm going to not eat for about a month at the beginning of the year, just to kind of refocus. So just to kind of get a good direction for the year. I do that every January. I'm going to try to 21 days, not eat for 21 days.
Like not eat anything?
Nothing. Just water, some juice if I need it. That's it.
Dude, you're going to be miserable.
I will. I mean, it's going to be terrible podcast time. Think about that. It helps me to kind of refocus. You okay, Tim? I got to watch it because I'm a diabetic. So we'll just make sure I'm looking forward to doing that. I think it'd be a nice cleansing thing. It'll be good. I'm going to give that a shot. Longest I've ever done is 22 days.
No,
I was going to die.
I'm not going to do that. That sounds ridiculous.
Think about that. You get on the scale, you'd probably be like a $150, 215.
No, in my luck, I'd probably gain weight somehow, somewhere.
237, huh?
I mean, knowing my luck, somehow that would be like it would interact with me, and the cells would just get fatter because I don't have any food.
They might. So that's all I got so far. I'm going to just I'm working out like you, doing all that stuff. It would be nice I think I'm going to try to take some more time to enjoy more moments this year. I've been running hard this year. I want 2021 to be a more relaxed year. That would be fun.
I guess.
Looking forward to getting out of the pandemic. That would be nice.
I mean, that's what I'm looking forward to, is getting out of the pandemic and what happens if I take that shot and I get an allergic reaction and I die?
It's possible.
TJ, I tell you right now, buddy, you get the Mason helmet and you get the Franco-Italian Army helmet. Just knock yourself out.
I appreciate
carry
that.
the podcast on. Do one for me. Do me a favor. If I die, just do that and just break the helmet. Just say, hey, we're gonna break the helmet. It's dead.
You're not gonna die. It'll be fine.
I mean, I don't know. It's either that or that thing's gonna suck all the power out of me, and it's gonna be talking.
He might.
Like me,
he might.
Acting like it's gonna.
He might.
Next thing you know, it's gonna have the body of a middle-aged woman.
He just might. All right. Well, this has been long enough, I think.
Yeah.
Again, I'm TJ. I'm here with my brother Tim. We're the Yinzer Bros. Don't forget, if you like what you hear, pass us along to all your friends, your neighbors, your loved ones, even the people you don't like. Give them our link. Make them listen.
Yeah.
Again, we're the Yinzer Bros. This is it, man. It is December 31st, 2020. Good riddance.
Mhm.
We will see everybody next year, hopefully on a good note with the victory. Stay classy, Pittsburgh.
Still number one.